Hello?
Hi, is this Jason?
Yes.
All right, well, let me do the official introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very excited to welcome our next guest for this evening. You probably remember him from Jay, of Jay and Silent Bob, and he's joining us tonight to talk about his career and his brand new film, Silent But Deadly. We are very excited to welcome Jason Mewes to the show. You're on the air live with Terry and Tiffany. Welcome, Jason.
Hello. I don't know if I remember. It's almost like I died or something. You might have remembered him from Jay and Silent Bob.
Well, you know, Jason, I say that fondly because I absolutely adore everything you've done as Jay. But me personally, I feel that you have done so much more than just Jay and Silent Bob vehicles. I mean, films like Noobs and Bitten and Silent But Deadly. I really have been talking all night about encouraging our listeners to go out and check out the other Jason Mewes stuff.
That's fantastic. I agree. There's a good handful of projects I've done that that I wish more people were aware about and watched. Like, there's a movie I really I enjoyed doing all the movies, but there's a movie called The Last Godfather, and it was fantastic. I got to play Vinny, a mobster, and it was set in the 50s, and Harvey Keitel's in it. And it was just a way different movie for me, and so much fun. And it took forever to come out. It finally is out on Netflix, and it's very enjoyable. And that's just one of them. But I'm just saying, I agree that it'd be nice if people search the. A lot of them are on Netflix now. A lot of the movies, and other different Amazon streaming and Prime, whatever. So definitely, they should definitely go check it out if they can.
Well, we've recently gotten hooked on something. Hi, Jay. This is Terry Dufault. We've recently gotten hooked on something. We used to be a fan of the old TV show Weird Science that was kind of taken from the movie, and we never thought there'd be a TV show like that. And I don't know if I'm right in comparing it, but Todd and the Book of Pure Evil, fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was. It's a real bummer they didn't get to do season 3 and get picked up. But they are going to be doing an animated movie to wrap up the storyline. And, yeah, it was so much fun. I'm not into it a lot, but for me personally, sitting down watching the whole season, 2 seasons, my parts, forget even me being in it, watching the kids, the kids, I guess they're in high school, the kids, in the show was so much fun because, it's so awesome, just the different creatures and different things that happen to the school, and then wondering what the big story is. You get deep into the plot as time goes on. You know why Jimmy's stuck in the school and all that good stuff. So and it's really funny. I mean, what is he? Sorry, I'm trying to think of his title, his job title. He plays the therapist, not the therapist. So what is it called in school? Like the social worker,
student counselor.
Counselor, yes, the student counselor. He's so funny, and I'm blanking out on his name, but he was amazing. So, but it was fun, really fun show. I can't wait to do the voiceover for the animated movie and get to see where they take it and where the story goes.
Well, Jason, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I'm going to call later off the air and talk to you and talk to Jordan about this. But we love Todd so much that we're going to be having on in the future, very near future, about a month from now, we're going to be having Craig David Wallace, the creator, on the show. And
oh, nice.
we would love to be able to figure out a way to either have you here or patch you in to kind of surprise him on the air, because we not only want to promote the fact that Todd season 1 and 2 is out on DVD now, but also to talk about the whole campaign to get the animated movie done.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and Craig's fantastic. I mean, again, I think it's such a witty, fun show. I can't wait to see the anime, because I know they have the story and they have the idea of where the characters go and what happens. So I just can't wait to see where they take it. I haven't even asked them, because I really don't want to know. I want to shoot it and then see it up on the big screen and see where it goes. So,
right.
Well,
I'd definitely love to call him when he's on. That'd be fun.
Well, I know as a comic book nerd, you got to be excited about Todd being animated, and really, like, you kind of had a jump on that in the fact that you are a producer of Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie. I love saying that title; it reminds me of the Groovy Ghoulies. But that's out on tour now on the road. You're taking it out like an old-fashioned road show, right?
Yeah, we've been touring all over with it, and it's been so much fun. We've been just so many places that I wouldn't have never gone, but not because I don't want to go to that place, but it just would have no reason. So it's great, because not only do we get to go and meet a bunch of awesome, interesting people that come watch the show and sit down and watch the movie with people and get to listen to their reactions to the movie and the laughing at parts of the movie where I might have thought, like, oh, I thought that was funny, but I didn't think people would find this funny. And so that's always cool to see. But, I've been all over to different states. And we're going to be going to Canada. We're going to Australia. And it's just been a blast. And it's we do the cartoon movie. We show that. And besides that, after the movie, we do a Q&A podcast. So, it's a fun 3-hour extravaganza. It's not just going to watch a movie, it's over and then you leave, and you get to hang out, do a Q&A. Usually I hang out. Sorry.
Oh, wait.
That's right.
Sorry about that. I'm here.
Okay, that's good. As long as we know you're okay.
Yes. So usually, I hang out afterwards and hang out with people, and we get to meet a bunch of cool people. So anyway, it has been such a blast to do, and I'm so glad that Kevin let me run with it. I told him I wanted to produce and start producing, start directing, and try different things out there, and he gave me the script and told me to go run with it and see what I can do, and I got right on it, and it took us about a year and a half, a little over, to get it all finished. But yeah, now we've done probably about 30 screenings at least.
Wow, that's incredible. There's a rumor that runs rampant on the internet, and you know how rumors go and everything. And you made a quote that you said that the greatest dream of your life is to play Green Arrow, the comic book character. Now, I heard Kevin Smith's producing the Green Arrow movie.
No. A while ago he wrote the Green Hornet movie, and then he was going to direct it. The Green Arrow, he wrote the comic book. He's not producing the movie or anything. And no, I don't know. Maybe they got it mixed up. But I really like the show, and I would love to be on this show. It doesn't necessarily have to be a main character, but even just to be, it'd be cool to be one of the main characters, like maybe someone he meets on the sideline. But I wouldn't want to, I've told people a bunch, I don't think I'd want to play an actual, Green Arrow or like a main character, because I love comics so much, and I enjoy watching, that I wouldn't want to have to critique myself, and not really be able to enjoy the movie as a fan.
Right.
So, but I would love to be in any comic book movie. Any movie, it would be awesome to just be the tech guy, the guy that's in 4 scenes. He builds green arrows, freaking trick arrows and bows. And, I'm in a scene here and there, but But yeah, no, I don't think I'd want to play any main comic book character because, again, I'd rather sit back and watch it as a fan.
Well, because you wouldn't want to end up like, and I say this lovingly because we actually enjoyed the film, but you wouldn't want to end up like Ryan Reynolds in the Green Lantern that everybody's like, oh, that was horrible.
Exactly. And I'm sure he might have loved comic books at that point and Green Lantern, and then sat back and watched it himself and had to hear everyone walk out of the theater being like, that sucked. Right. And he might have even thought it sucked. You know, he might have been like, that costume and that. So, yeah, I would rather just, you know, I could sit and watch Green Lantern and be entertained in the fact that it's cool to see a Green Lantern movie, even though it wasn't the best done, you know, it wasn't the best thing ever done. But it's still, for me to sit back and get to see Green Lantern in a movie was pretty fantastic. So,
yeah.
So, would you give any advice to your old friend? He started out with you in the biz, did a lot of Kevin Smith movies, and that's Ben Affleck because he kind of got bashed for doing Daredevil, and now he's Batman. I mean, what would you say to him as advice? Everybody had a shitstorm, and they were all pissed off about it, but I think it's a cool thing.
I think he's going to do great. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, mainly he has to focus on, you know, Batman, the Batman character in movies. It's like really mainly have to play a really good Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne is the one walking around without a costume and, you know, talking to Alfred and dealing with all the stuff. And then when the costume's on, you know, the actor's usually in it. But think about it. Half the time when there's fighting and grappling and all that stuff, it's a stuntman. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think he'll look good in the Cal. He has that big, strong jaw. Hopefully he doesn't attempt and they try to go a different route with maybe some kind of cool voice box or something, but hopefully he's not like, hey, where's the trigger? You know? Because then, you know, anybody that does that, not that anyone does it necessarily bad, it doesn't work because usually they're talking in their regular voice, and then they put their mask on, and then they just go, hello. You know, but I think he's gonna be a great Bruce Wayne because I honestly, I've seen him. He's smooth. You know, I've seen him dressed up. I've seen him at parties and you know, so you picture Bruce Wayne in his suit and a tux, all suave at parties, and I could totally see him doing that, and he really. I think he'll do great, too, because I know he'll research a lot of it and really put a lot of effort into it. I've seen him, you know, prepare for movies and stuff, and I think he's going to be fantastic, so...
Absolutely. Well, I know that I don't want to just rush into this, but I know that we have a little bit of limited time, and I didn't want to run out of time to talk about the film that we're promoting tonight that stars you, and that's Silent But Deadly, and you play Thomas in it without giving away too much, because we did see the film. We thought it was great. But what can you tell us about this film?
Oh, have you seen the full movie put together with everything?
Uh-huh. We saw it earlier today.
Fantastic. You know, it was, the project itself was a lot of fun. I mean, it was awesome. I got to go, and I got to play Silent Bob, technically, you know. It's like, I didn't have a whole lot of dialogue to remember. And it was, you know, I got to run around and do some stuff I haven't had to do before. And you know, I got to work with William Sadler, who's awesome. You know, he's in a ton of fantastic stuff. He's a great actor. And I mean, it's good. It's, you know, it's about a dude who sort of goes on a little ripping rampage. He goes on a little rampage and you know, it just can't take it anymore. So, you know, it's been a long time in the making, and I'm really interested to see how people's feedback, because, you know, it went through besides making the movie and the movie, you know, the normal ups and downs or curveballs you might get while doing a production in a movie, you know, it had a couple of extra ones, and it was a lot of work getting the thing out there. So, you know, I hope it does well, and I hope for the guy, you know, Mike Carrier especially, who worked really hard getting it out there and put on the, you know, out there for people to see.
Well, I think you did a really good job because, even in watching Kevin Smith play Silent Bob, it's got to be hard to not talk or talk a lot. Did you talk to Kevin about this?
No, I actually, it's not as hard. I mean, I talked so much before. It was definitely different because it was nice to, a lot of times you got to sit there and remember all this dialogue, and you also have to remember stand here because when you're shooting a movie, there's light, there's the camera can only do from so far to so far, so you don't want to step out of the sight of the camera, and so you have to remember where to walk, where to step, where the light is, make sure the person isn't blocking your light, all these different things, and remember dialogue and try to give a good performance and all that. So it was nice to be able to just, worry about thinking about what I'm doing and try to show it on my face and not have to sit there, the night before going, oh, wow, I have 20 pages tomorrow and I have a big monologue to remember, and it's going to be, I have to sit here and focus on remembering all this. So it was definitely a difference, and it was, it just went with it. And I didn't get any tips from Kevin, but I didn't even think about it at the time. Honestly, I should have. I should have been like, yo, what is look 37?
Well, let me ask you, because I know that you've done a couple of, horror vehicles and things like that, like I had mentioned earlier, Bitten. But when you're doing something like this, where you kind of play, albeit an empathetic one, you do kind of play a sociopath, did you get into was there any kind of bloopers on the set? Because there was action, there was killing, there was special effects. How did that work out for you?
I think it went, as far as that, again, it was a long time, but it's been a while. But, everything seemed to go okay besides some of the other stuff. Like I said, there were some issues, but I'm sure, maybe Mike can talk about them. I don't want to talk about it. But, it went pretty smooth, actually. It's like we got our shots off, and there wasn't too much. I feel like there wasn't anything that when I was there, the days I was there, that went wrong. There was some tough. We were at a farm for this one scene, and I just remember, there was tons of flies and crap all over the place. But we were able to work through it. We were able to. It was beautiful though. The sunset. We saw the sunset. It was really. It was interesting. It was definitely interesting, and it was. But nothing went wrong, I would say, with the actual that I can remember with any of the actual stunts or makeup or anything like that.
Well, you want to know how I know that your character was a sociopath? Because he was very depressed and all he cared about was the death of his goat. Meanwhile, if I would have been you, I'd just been fucking the Russian bitches. that was just... He didn't care so much. All he cared about was his goat. His only friend. It was his only buddy. So. That's for sure. Well, we're going to have to let you go. We definitely got to be having you back on, hopefully on the night that we interview the creator and person that was responsible for bringing us Todd. Good luck in all your endeavors. I know that I'm honored to say that Cult Radio and Sir are both on Stitcher.
Nice. Well, I hope I do get to jump on with definitely with Craig. So definitely get in touch with Jordan and let's make that happen.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Let her know. I'll give her a call probably Monday or Tuesday because he's coming on about a month from now. So that way we can pre-schedule it.
Except you make me feel bad, Jay, because you're doing all these things. Jay and Silent Bob get old, and you're only 39, and that's not old, man.
Well, it's old, long time. We're older than when we started 20 years ago. So
that's for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Jason, and good luck on all your endeavors. And I'll talk to Jordan, and we'll have you back on soon.
Perfect. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.